these pieces that we cut off the skateboards that we didn't think we were gonna be able to use for anything are actually gonna be perfect for what we're doing today. Cool, so I want to make 3 different sizes of rings. So I pulled out 3 different Forstner bits. I kind of just held them up to my fingers to figure out which one would fit. Different size of Forstner bits are going to fit different people, and since I expect different people other than me to be wearing these rings at some time, because I'm going to be selling them, I want to make a multitude of different sizes. Feel free to just get it close to the Forstner bit. You can always sand out the inside later to get it to that perfection fit. Now feel free to press more holes than just one in each board, but you do want to keep enough distance that you can chop them apart with a bandsaw or a jigsaw in order to leave you room for the outside of your ring. So don't get them too close together. Now you should already have the fronts of these sanded off from when you took the grip tape off, but sometimes I won't sand off the entire back of the graphic when I actually take the boards apart. But you want to make sure that you sand the back of this graphic before you go any further if you haven't already. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. So I know what you're thinking, AJ, this is not a ring. This is a skateboard with a hole in it that I'm wearing on my finger. Not a good look. And I know what else you're thinking, AJ, I don't have a bandsaw. How am I gonna cut this down? We're gonna take our jigsaw and we're gonna make it work. Well, we're closer to a ring, but still not quite there yet. So if you have a bandsaw, you can take that and just clean up these edges, but for the sake of this video, I'm gonna keep it old school and I'm gonna use a handsaw to just hack these down, and then we're gonna take them to the sander.
Watch this. Oh, hallelujah. Get up right now. I'm hearing something real powerful for someone.
Whew. We're getting closer.
And now listen to this. Reaching out to hurting people. Hallelujah. This is what you do. Something more than it was.
So what we want to do now is just file the rings down from this into something closer to this. Now, if you truly wanted to make these handcrafted, you could use sandpaper and do it with your hand, and in like 4 years, you'd have like 4 rings. But I don't want to take that long to get this done, so I'm going to use my disc sander. And if you don't have a disc sander, you can use hand sandpaper. But I do have this, so I'm going to use this. But I'm going to use this. So now we're closer to having a ring, but we still need to finish it up a little bit. We want to make sure that we round off the edges, and we still need to get a finish on it. Oh, and I have a mustache now. Anyway, so what we want to do is take a drill bit and our trusty blue tape. We're going to wrap this tape around the drill bit so that way the ring fits nice and snug on there, and we're going to hook it up to the drill press. If you don't have a drill press, you can do this with a regular screw gun. You just have to make sure that you can keep your hand on the trigger to keep it going around. Whereas a drill press, you just flip it on and you don't have to do that. So drill press for the win, am I right? So I'm going to start with a piece of 120 grit sandpaper, and I'm just going to kind of run it around the whole thing while it spins, smooth off the edges so it's got a nice curve to it. Here's a little pro tip that I learned from my dad. Instead of using sandpaper for your final go, use one of these green Scotch-Brite pads, and it will take all the little grain down. It won't scratch it or anything like that, and it'll be as smooth as glass afterwards. So I'm gonna take this Scotch-Brite pad to it for the last go around before we put a final coat on it. Now, people always ask, what do you use to finish your rings, especially with wood? A lot of times with ceramics or with metal rings, it's easier to find what to use to finish them, but honestly, just a regular super glue or any CA glue is a great way to finish a wooden ring. It keeps the moisture out, you can run it under water, it gives it a very professional quality finish. And all you have to do to apply it is get a little bit on a rag and leave it right on the drill press and kind of wipe it on as you go, and it'll leave it a really nice, crisp, smooth final finish. And just like that, you've got a beautiful looking ring. The veneers are just super pretty, a beautiful coat on the outside. And then you can take these to flea markets, you can sell them. You can get about 10 rings out of a nose and a tail of a board. So if you can get your hands on some skateboards, it's really cost effective. And it does not take long to do. It's like a one-day project, and you can probably pump out about 20 rings. You could surprise a girlfriend, you could surprise a homie, you could sell them, you can do whatever with them. Honestly, the sky's the limit. If you guys have any more questions about this project or need any clarification on anything, leave it in the comments below. I always do my best to make sure I go through those and answer everybody's questions. Also, I've been curious to know whether you guys like the more vlog style how-tos like the last couple, or if you like the more to the point ones like today's video. Please let me know in the comments what ones you like the best so I can cater them better to you guys and make sure that you guys are happy with the content being provided. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I mean, you know what it is, guys. I gotta clean my shop, so we'll see you guys on the next one.